Hey, check it out, it's MediaShinobi and we will be reviewing Spartacus War of the Damned.
Episode 3, Men of Honor. So the episode starts off with Spartacus doing some inventory because their resources are getting low, and the fact that he's actually taking care of not only his men but also the people that other civilian Romans. He has to make sure they're well fed because he doesn't want to straight up kill them. And I kind of feel sorry for some of the civilians because the gladiators are not the gladiators, the Spartacus' men, there, I'll say that. Spartacus' men pretty much just treating him like total trash. Like, at one point, one man who had a wife who was pregnant had to barter money just to get a piece of bread, and after that, and then he actually had to fight someone for that piece of bread and actually kill him by stabbing him with the sword through the neck. And while all the other ones watched, it's kind of like justice for them since Romans took pleasure of them fighting in the arena. And it's kind of messed up because Crixus is the one that actually instigated this fight. And I'm like, I knew Crixus was pretty savage, but...
Just continue off from there.
I sometimes forget that because he's always such a pretty good... He's on the line of someone like I would like to be friends with, or someone who's just a complete another dick. So, yeah, while that's happening, while this is happening, Gannicus even sees this and is like, that's kind of messed up. Not all slaves, not all Spartacus men agree on that, especially Gannicus, because he kind of sees it as Spartacus' men is becoming like the people that they're fighting against, Romans, like seeing other people fight for their pleasure, which is kind of it was actually a hard fight to watch because this guy just wants to get food for his pregnant wife, and I don't know, something about that. Just seeing civilians caught in them who never actually treated slaves bad, like fight each other to the death. This is hard to watch. I don't know why. All right, so Spartacus ends up actually running into some pirates who actually had some dealings with the guy who in charge of the city, which he's dead now because Spartacus shoved a spear through his mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, he did that last episode. Anyway, so he decides to negotiate with this pirate. Get some food for some coin, all that stuff, and it actually works out pretty well. Spartacus is still like, he still has trust issues with the pirates because they're pirates. They backstab and pillage and rape and all that good stuff.
Fun.
All right, so while this is going on, we see Tiberius and Caesar and Tiberius' friend meeting up with the Roman general named Marius. I believe that's his name. I'll go with Roman names, but yeah, they meet him up, and then they actually find someone who actually survived the battle from last week. A soldier from last week that survived, and tells them that Spartacus didn't take this city. And after telling that, Caesar puts a sword through his head because he ran away from the fight, which I gotta say that was pretty brutal. Like, he literally just grabbed his sword and was like, and then again, you can see more of a power struggle between Tiberius and Caesar, and Tiberius just tells him off saying, look, I'm in charge here, you're underneath me, or you're beneath...
What?
No, you're beneath me, you listen to me. But yeah, Caesar says, okay, fine. He doesn't want to deal with Tiberius. He still sees Tiberius as just a runt. So Tiberius takes some men and Marius' men, and they scout out the city to go for Spartacus. And then back to Spartacus, while he was doing the trade with the pirates, they meet up at the outside of the city. Well, the pirates don't trust Spartacus too. They're not stupid. So they decide to, okay, we'll meet you at the outside of the city, none of us don't have the really big advantage here. And while this is going on, Gannicus' friend, the blacksmith from last week, who helped Spartacus and take the city, he decides he doesn't want any of this anymore. He's like, after that fight with the Roman civilians, he doesn't want to be involved in them with these people anymore. He wants to just leave and take all the money he's gained from Spartacus and just get out of the city. And Gannicus is like, okay, fine, sure, make your own pot, all that stuff. Just do what you believe is right. And while he's actually packing up to go, Naevia comes in, and we actually see how bitter she is because she has some pent up aggression from being raped by those random people. Like she had a lot of pent up aggression, and she never trusted the Adius, that's his name, in the first place. So she pretty much attacks him and bashes his head in with a hammer.
Ow.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal death too, and we see Navia really has changed since like the first season, because this is a Navia who suffered so much, but even I thought that was kind of messed up because she pretty much jumped to conclusions. Like she has like little to no trust in Romans at all, no matter if they're ally or not. So that was interesting to see. And then we move on back to Spartacus, man. And while Spartacus is doing negotiating with the pirates, Tiberius's guys come in and start attacking them. And Spartacus, owns most of his men, and then that's when Marius comes in with his men, and they have like hundreds of men, or like not hundreds, but like a crap load of men coming in, and Spartacus only has like a few men because, they're just negotiating. They were not going to bring the whole army outside of the city. And just before that happened, the leader of the pirates, he made his own flare thing where he has a stick and he like lights it on fire, throws it up, and the other pirates, with like a crap load of ships like outside in the sea, they see the signal and they just send flaming balls of fire and death towards the Romans and just like murder them all. Yeah, Marius gets caught in the flame and he just like burns to death. Like, okay, he's dead. Tiberius, yeah, he gets stabbed. He kills it. He's actually pretty good in combat. I was surprised how good he is. But yeah, he gets his ass handed to him and they retreat. And it just shows that he has so much to learn. He should have taken his father's word and like not engage the enemy, not underestimate the enemy, and he did all those in like one episode. So yeah, by the end of the episode, the pirates and Spartacus pretty much have formed an alliance. It's all good. Alright, so the episode ends with Spartacus learning that the civilians actually are gone. Like they somehow just vanished from the city. And we learn that the Roman woman that was in charge of, taking care of the civilians, he actually let someone get in charge of civilians, actually has a barn that has like a trap door and like they're all under there. And what she plans to do next, I don't know. And this is the woman who at first kind of didn't want to treat slaves badly, but after Spartacus, killed her husband like right in front of her. She had like she just wants to do what's best for the Roman people. So I don't know what she plans to do with these people. Like I don't know if she's gonna plan on like escaping the city. But yeah, that's how the episode ends. It was a great episode. I like how it shows more of Spartacus dealing with supply and demand. I mean, not supply and demand. It was like actually, yeah, it is supply and demand. Like they need more food because it's low.
Right.
And he has a new ally with the pirates. It was a pretty cool bunch. So yeah, great episode. A lot better than last week's episode. And I can't wait to see what happens next. And I want to see how I want to see how Crassus retaliates from this attack and how he punishes his son for like going against his command. And I want to see how Caesar takes this opportunity, because I bet that he's gonna take this opportunity to gain more leverage over Tiberius, who he really messed up. Like he got most of his men killed. He got injured himself. I hope we see him actually really suffer the consequences for his actions. And we didn't even see Crassus this episode, so I want to see him again next episode. So that's all I gotta say. This is MediaShinobi signing out. Peace.